The three wealthiest families in the United States, the Waltons of Walmart, the Cokes of Coke Industries, and the Mars of Mars Chocolate, have seen their wealth increase 6,000% since 1982. Meanwhile, median household wealth in the past generation has gone down 3%. These three wealth dynasties own a combined fortune of $348.7 billion. That's more than 4 million median wealth households in the United States. These figures come from our new report, Billionaire Bonanza 2018, put out by the Program on Inequality at the Institute for Policy Study.
What we're witnessing today is a greater and greater concentration of wealth into fewer and fewer hands. And much of this concentration is coming from generational wealth dynasties. The inheritances from previous generations, ultra-wealthy, metastasizing for this generation. A third of the members of the Forbes 400 2018 list trace their fortunes to companies started by previous generations. Wealth dynasties like this are not inevitable. If wealthy people pay their fair share of taxes, give to charity, and pass on money to their kids, wealth dynasties actually shrink over time. Only when wealthy families use their wealth and clout to rig the rules, such as cutting taxes and hiding wealth, does wealth grow dynastically over time.
Despite rising productivity and economic growth over the past 3 decades, the typical American family has actually seen their wealth go down, not up. 1 in 5 families today have zero or negative wealth. 2 in 5 could not come up with $400 if they needed to in an emergency. I don't think most people understand the scale of economic inequality we're witnessing right now. Consider, for example, Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon. He is the richest man in the world after seeing his wealth increase by $78.5 billion in the past year to a record $160 billion. Even at the recently increased wage at $15 an hour, Amazon workers would need to toil for 2.5 million years to make what Bezos made in the last year. That's 2.5 million years. The Waltons of Walmart were the richest family in the United States with about $170 billion, still don't pay their employees a living wage.
Paul Volcker, former chair of the Federal Reserve under Presidents Carter and Ronald Reagan, said recently, "The central issue is we're developing into a plutocracy. We've got enormous numbers of enormously rich people that have convinced themselves that they're rich because they're smart and constructed. They don't like government and they don't like to pay taxes." Today, it's not some far-fetched idea that we need to do something about wealth inequality. We have the tools to address the problem. In the last Gilded Age, reformers utilized the tax code to break up these immense wealth dynasties. The public understood the dangers these fortunes posed to our democratic institutions and pressed for policies such as the federal estate tax to put a brake on these great accretions of wealth.
We know that without action, wealth inequality will just get worse. Last year, we calculated that 3 people, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and Warren Buffett, own more wealth than half the country combined. In just the past year, these 3 men saw their wealth increase by more than $100 billion. I don't want to keep putting out reports year after year showing the numbers getting more extreme. We need action to address this issue.